How to make $100,000 as your first year being a real estate agent. Stick around in this video. I'm gonna have a little secret word that pops up and you're gonna be able to put it down in the comments section and you're gonna have a chance to win my course for free. It's a $200 value. You're gonna get it for free. It's already making agents $4,000 in their first month being a real estate agent. They're quitting their jobs. They're being full-time agents, which is what I always tell you guys what to do. So stick around. This video is gonna pop up and I'm gonna tell you guys a lot of top 10 tips here on how to make $100,000. Let's go. Okay guys, so like how I made the $100,000, like you need digital signatures. This has made me so much money as an agent. The ability to be able to go fast. I was able to write 4 offers a day sometimes with digital signatures. If I had to go and get paper signed and drive to their houses and find one more signature during a counter, it would just be a nightmare, let alone being on the road all the time, the liability of the car if not getting pulled over, maintenance, bad weather, crashing, whatever. You're able to sit at home, use your laptop and make a lot of money. And you know, at first there were agents that were thinking, well, I'd rather just be, they want me at their house. No, they don't. They want the deal done. They want you to be able to respond fast because sometimes in this market, you need to put offers in super quick. Digital signatures is the way to go. Out of all the bills you're gonna get as a real estate agent, this is the bill that you want to pay every year. It's like 200 bucks or so with DocuSign. It is the greatest 200 bucks you will spend this year. Speed has made me so much as a real estate agent in my first year. You don't have to know all the answers, but what you gotta do is be able to get to those answers quickly. You're gonna have clients that are gonna ask you like, what did that house sell for down the street? If you're not able to answer that question very fast, and I'm talking like within the hour, if not within the 10 minutes, you have nothing else going on, you're a brand new agent. Get them that info. It can be anything. It could be friends and family just looking because another one popped up on their street and they want to compare their own houses, but then they get thinking that you're the agent, you're the go-to person, you're the person that can get them the answers, and then all of a sudden you're going to be the person selling their house. And speed has made me so much money just being able to do that in my first year. I didn't know the answers. I just gave them the reports quickly. They wanted to know what comparables are in the areas. I gave them the reports and now they're like, okay, can we put my property on the market? And it's like, well, what? And it's like, I was just giving you the reports. Every agent has this, but guess what? Not every agent does this and they don't do it fast. They take their time, they have excuses. You won't. You're gonna do this quickly and it's gonna make you a lot of money. Networking events. This has made me a lot of money in my first year being a real estate agent. You guys gotta get out there. Stop just going to the office and talking to other agents. Start creating networking events or going to networking events, meetup.com, whatever that is. Make it a Star Wars group, make it a real estate group. It doesn't matter. Just get out there and talk to people. I would say more James Bond, but whatever, just get out there, meet people, and it's gonna lead to things. Yes, it can be a complete real estate group and you're gonna talk a lot of real estate. And if you don't know about real estate because you're brand new, that's okay. If you're the person that put on the event, a real estate investing event, you're the host of the party. Other investors are gonna come to this party and they're gonna talk and they're gonna come and congratulate you on the way out the door, being like, thanks for putting this on. I had no one to talk to in my network about landlording. Oh, by the way, you're an agent. I have a property I need to sell. Or can we go look at a property tomorrow? I'm thinking of buying. And you're the only one I know doing it. My agent's sitting at home right now, but you're out doing stuff. So this is something that's made me a lot of money in my first year. And this is what I suggest for you guys to do. Branding. Branding is so important as you being an agent. If you think you're just at an open house, you sit there for 2 hours and you go home and somebody asks you how'd it go and you say it was dead, you are not branding yourself enough. Branding will make you so much money. They're not hiring your brokerage, they are hiring you. You need to brand yourself. You need to have a YouTube channel. You need to have an Instagram account. And it doesn't have to be like this one, but you have to be out there. You gotta be doing things that are standing out for you, not just the house. If you're sitting at an open house for 2 hours and you did nothing and you didn't even promote yourself, you were wrong. If it's Wednesday and they're telling you you have an open house on Sunday, you need to be prepping for that open house Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, not just show up at 1:45 on Sunday, sit in the open house for 2 hours and say it's dead, real estate sucks. Do not do this. You gotta be like on Instagram, be like, hey guys, I'm gonna be at this open house on Sunday, and you're telling them this on Wednesday. Guess what? It doesn't matter if they don't show up. They're not coming for your cookies. If you're branding yourself, and people are gonna see that you are constantly posting stuff about real estate and also just about you. They're getting to know you. They hire you. This is so important, and so many people overlook it in their first year. They just think they're gonna mail out a flyer and somebody's gonna call the flyer to sell their home. No, they're hiring you. And how they hire you is because they get to know you, and social media does this so well right now. So it's all about branding yourself. Like, they should know who you are. Social media has made me a lot of money in real estate. When I first got in my market, a very relatively small market, I saw nobody's on the internet, nobody's on social media, and I thought, what a great way to attack. I feel like I'm on it every single day, but guess what? I'm not even on it every single day. In the way that it's wide open right now. You guys could beat me in 2 minutes if you really just put the energy and effort into it. And this is how a lot of agents are making money now in real estate. If you go into your brokerage right now and you start listening to what I call Tony, the older realtor, who he's saying, don't do social media, that's dumb. Just mail out Christmas cards and do the door knocking and put the flyers out. Well, that may have worked for Tony, and Tony's got 20 years on you potentially. If you're brand new, you're not going to be able to beat Tony. If you buy one more flyer than his 2,000 flyers, you're not going to beat Tony. That neighborhood knows Tony. But guess what? That neighborhood might be getting younger now, and you're going to be able to send them a flyer through an Instagram ad or Instagram in general with a hashtag or a location tag. And this is what I call virtual door knocking. And this is the power of social media. And people might say, but what about people that don't have Instagram? What about you weren't going to win them over as a client anyway, so don't even bother. And if you're on YouTube right now, you're probably a little bit more technically savvy than anybody, the older realtors anyways. So go after the younger clients right now, especially like my age of clients. These are the people that are buying now. And especially what I like to do is tease on social media that I have an upcoming listing, and I don't talk about it really. I just say X amount of dollars in an area, and then all of a sudden social media comes at me and they say, where is this? What's the price? What's the price? What's it going for? Can I go see it tomorrow? And then I'm picking up buyers through social media where, Tony might not have those ideas. So this has been very important. So you gotta post every day. And I always say in my course, if you're you're scared and you're like, oh, I don't want to post, and I was like you guys, I never posted before I became a real estate agent. And what I tell everybody in the course is just take a photo of a cup of coffee and say, ready to crush Monday. Like, start slow and then start building up, and eventually you'll be like doing the selfies and being like, hey, we're at an open house today, make sure you guys swing by. But remember, that's not just about the open house, that's about you. Branding and social media helps a lot. Tell everyone you're going to be a real estate agent. I have seen so many people that post on Instagram that they just passed a real estate test and they're ready to crush it. Well, guess what? You probably have 0 clients right now. Nobody even knew you were a real estate agent. They probably already sold their house and they were like, I didn't even know you were studying to be a real estate agent. We would have sold. If you start telling everybody before that you're going to be a real estate agent, or let them know through social media, whatever, that you're going to be an agent and you're studying right now, they're going to be like, oh, we're looking to sell in the spring. Perfect. Now you have a client that's like already lined up and you're not even qualified to be a real estate agent yet. This is going to be so key. Everybody that just comes out of the library one day and passes their test and they're like, I'm an agent, hit me up for all your real estate needs. I laugh at it. I'm like, you have 0 credibility. Well, who's going to trust you to sell their house right away? If you've been posting a lot about real estate while you've been studying, your friends and family are going to know that you're in real estate, and they're going to just reach out to you, and you're going to be able to get a sale day one. Because if you're just qualified, you tell everybody like, ready for all your real estate needs day one. Okay, let's say you get a client. They're probably not going to buy in that first month. If they do, okay, so then they're probably not going to close in that first month. It might be at least 30 days out from that, most likely if it's some residential client. And then it's going to take a couple weeks to get your money. So you're potentially looking at probably 60 days before you even get paid. And that's if you had a client on day one. So if you just tell everybody that you're qualified on day one and you really didn't pick up the client until somewhere in the first month, and then they finally close, you're looking at like 90 days without money, and you're gonna start going broke pretty quick. So what I'm trying to do is get you guys up to a high dollar value in your first year. So this is why I really stress that you start before you're even qualified. Start telling people you're an agent, start lining up some clients, and let's go make some money. Answer the phone. Answering the phone in your first year as a real estate agent will make you so much money. And later on you might get a bit more slack, but in your first year you have to pick up that phone. You will have no life if you want to make the 100K. You have to pick it up, because every time it rings, that is commission, that is money coming your way. Somebody's asking you a question, you're going to solve the problem, and that's going to make you money. And that's how it all goes around. If somebody asks you, hey, can we go look at this property? The answer is yes. Hey, can you tell me what that property sells for? The answer, you tell them. And whatever it is, do you have a roofer? Yes, I do. Everything. You just always answer the phone. You always have And if you can't get to the phone right away, I'll call you right back, and you do it like as quick as possible. And in my first year being an agent, a client was asking for some reports. I answered the phone quickly and I sent it to him right away, and he said, "Are you really an agent?" And I said, "Yeah." And like, "What, agents don't respond quickly?" And like, he's like, "No." And I'm like, "Oh, well, boom. Day one, you're better than 90% of the agents out there." I just was quick and I answered the phone and I did what the client wanted right away, and that was it. And that's how easy this is in this business. You can beat 90% of these other agents out there if you're just quick and you answer the phone. And that's what your clients want. They don't want to be waiting around 24 hours for their agent to get back to them. So be quick in your first year. It'll make you a lot of money. A way to get listings in your first year being a real estate agent is to hit up property managers. Property managers know when the landlords are tired and they want to get rid of the properties, and always hit them up and ask them, which properties are a headache right now. And then they'll usually just start spilling their guts and saying that this tenant's bad, and like, "Oh, can you give me the phone number of the landlord?" And all of a sudden you'll be able to talk to this landlord and be like, "Oh, I'm an agent in town." And like, guess what? Maybe they don't even want you to sell that property, but then they're like, "Well, I'm actually looking for another property like this," and then you can be on the lookout for that. And then now maybe you're his buyer agent now. And then, but you never know. This is how I got 2 listings in my first couple months being an agent. Property manager called the landlord right away, barely knew what I was doing. He was just like, "I'm thinking of selling." I'm like, "Yep, okay, let's sell." And then I didn't even know barely what paperwork to do, but that's okay. We figured it out later. And I just answered was yes. And you can talk to somebody that's in your brokerage, your broker, and they can help you out. And we quickly got the sign on the lawn, and I had 2 listings from this guy within the first couple months being an agent, and they were on the same street, major street in my city, so nobody could drive by without seeing Jeff Weibo, Jeff Weibo, Jeff Weibo, Jeff Weibo. And I got all these calls from it, and they didn't even like overly go for those properties, but I picked up all these buyers, and then we went out and bought more and more and more, and then I ended up actually selling both properties and double ending both properties. So pretty good. And that was all from like talking to property managers that knew disgruntled landlords that were looking to sell, and I was able to do that. And then I found investors, and that's how I continued to build a buyer's list from there, and then picking up more and more listings from there. So talk to your property managers, find out which ones that they're the bad properties, and just keep them in your good books too, because they're always looking for the next property to property manager. Okay, number 1 tip, and they were in no particular order, but do you take an overpriced listing in your first year being a real estate agent? I say yes. A lot of people in your office will say, "No, it's gonna be a headache," but what? You're brand new. Take the listing, get your sign out there. You're gonna pick up some sign calls. People are gonna call. They might just say it's overpriced, and you might say, "Okay, well, what are you looking for?" And then you're gonna pick up a buyer right from there. So I think take it, and similar to me, they were a little bit overpriced, but I worked away and I figured it out, and we negotiated, and it was just me as the listing agent, and then I double ended it with the buyer, and it was a lot of back and forth. And you start learning in your first year. Like, literally have a checklist on your wall. Like, do you have a buyer? Do you have a seller? Have you ever double ended a property? Like, what other complications can you come up with? I feel like in my first year I did like everything known to man. My broker was like, can you get an easy one? And I was like, well, I think this is good that I'm getting all these complicated ones. You get it out of the way, because there's probably agents that have been agents for a long time and they've never even done double ending or hard different deals, or need to deal with appraisers or this and that. So I won't leave you hanging there. Bonus tip right now. In my first year being an agent, what I did was do a limo tour, the Weibo limo tour, and you guys can totally copy it, or you can ask me to come out to your cities and I will look at it to get my staff out there to do it. But what it is, I rented a limo and I put investors on the limo, and I showed them MLS properties that were multifamily on the market, and eventually that turned into off-market deals, and eventually it's turned into something even bigger where it's complete investors that are coming on and we're buying up tons and tons of properties. But this was just something unique out of the box that I came up with. People have done it before, but then I started doing it on a limo. And guys, this was all about, going back to one of the points, branding. This is all this was. And other agents would be like, "Oh, are they buying properties at the end of the day?" And that didn't matter, guys. What would happen was they would stay in my ecosystem and I'd be the guy. And 3 months later, they would use me to sell anything. Their grandma's house, I was the person that they knew as a real estate agent, because I put on these giant limo tours, and this made me a lot of money. So it gets back into like networking, but this is networking in the field, being on the limo tour. So I really hope you guys appreciated these tips. These are just like raw, rare tips that actually work as a real estate agent. So there's been a couple of words that have popped up. If you guys hit the word cash flow down below and say, "Let's do this," this will be the secret that I will pick one of you guys to win the course. And right now, I will also put a 50% off if you don't win as well. I really highly recommend that you get this. As a real estate agent, you are told to buy so much junk out there, and I did it too. I bought expired leads and all this stuff because everybody told me to do this, and it just didn't lead to anything. I believe my course will actually produce results for you guys, and it's compared to all the other stuff they make you buy, it'll make you money. So just telling you it will, but it's going to take a lot of hustle from you guys as well, but that's the way to do it. And yep, make sure you guys follow me over on Instagram, because I post there every single day about myself and real estate, and people get to know me, and this is what you guys can emulate as well in your cities or even in my city, whatever. Reach out to me. You guys know I'm at a lot of networking events in London, Ontario. So make sure you guys like and subscribe if you haven't already. Smash that subscribe button. I'm giving out all these real estate agent tips for free. My time to you guys. Hit the subscribe button. I'll give it back to you guys. Hit me up in the DMs on Instagram. I'm there every single day. I will answer your questions as best as I can. In between making my commission, so I'm double-hatted right now, and I just want to pass it back to the real estate agent community because it's been so good to me, and hopefully you guys are out there. You're gonna make a lot of money this year, and we'll see you guys on my next video. Bye.